Livecast, and we were all enjoyed it immensely, and we were loving the responses that we were seeing come across. People were commenting, and that was amazing. Some of the comments were amazing comments. So we're getting a good feedback. Kathy's been reaching out to people, and we're getting a system done for reaching out. And
you can keep going.
I'm gonna post the link on Messenger, so everyone can like see it quickly or find it.
You can keep going.
To me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And so I've taken a few notes, and I know a lot of everybody else has taken notes, and we're just going to brainstorm for a few minutes, and we're going to find out what really worked well and how we've improved since last month, which I think we've had a lot of improvement and things that we like that have changed and things that we need to work on or something we need to add to our list. So we're just going to work through that.
That's okay. Just want to let oh yeah, she sent the link on Messenger. We are, if you're on Notion, it's August Livecast evaluation, and that's what we have. So it's everything you need. You got your notes, and then you'll be able to see yours.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
All right, so.
Do you need to view it or something?
Okay, so remind the team about the evaluation. So what worked well this past Livecast? Let's go with that one first. And you're our scribe. Tina is our scribe. Is that correct?
No, it's
Yeah, the Livecast. Like the presentation.
Usually,
Presentation went well? Okay.
before it goes live, but this time it didn't. It just went live.
Okay,
I
so
had
that
to
went
start
well.
evaluation. I forgot to take that new link and put it on.
The presentation was excellent. Enoch, fabulous job, well done.
Oh, that.
Oh, please.
Oh,
I think she has a question for you.
that part. I think that's somewhere too.
Some on the bathroom counter. That will work.
Are we out of coconut?
There's some on the bathroom counter. I don't know if it's cooking or first.
Maybe, so they get put on the list, so it's a cost.
Okay, so the Livecast went well. Enoch, thank you for doing a good job and doing your rehearsals that you needed to do. That was great. It makes a world of difference.
Praise the Lord.
And it was really enjoyable. And does anybody have any comments they want to share about how what worked well with this Livecast, with this past Livecast? Does somebody else want to chime in?
Yes, I took some notes that I want to try to pull up, but I want to say that the slides this month has been a dream come true, and it's amazing. These are some of the best slides that we've had from the beginning, and so was one of the other ones. But what was really special about this month is like literally my involvement was extremely low. I actually don't like making slides, and I don't like graphics and photos and stuff, but I know that they're really helpful for people. And like all I did was the rehearsal at the beginning, and Carmen took the notes, and Tina did really good with the outline, and Leah, there was like a challenge with the outline to the slides, but that was my fault because I never like taught anyone. So we documented that process as we did it, and I think it was extremely educational. And so we got progress over there. And then Leah, with those placeholder slides, she just pumped them out there and got them quickly with her team.
Wow.
And the photos are amazing. She did really good. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like shocked and just blown away by how well things went. And then the speaker notes were a little like messed up, but it wasn't because just Leah was never trained. No one else was trained. It's just like me and Tina knows. So what we did is, as we were going through the speaker notes, we documented the process as we were doing it. And we're creating like system videos and educating them as they go. So I think that went really well. And one other thing with we have these framework photos where we're testing our frameworks. And I was trying, like I was struggling the last like 2 months to communicate to Susie and her framework photo team how we can extract the frameworks from the Livecast, because she at the time was only seeing like a framework as like the title and then the 4 teaching points. But I was trying to tell her there's like 6 frameworks in one presentation. She's like, 6, okay, I'll try to find them. She's like, how do I do that? But what was really cool is as I was going through the slides, I took a picture of each framework. I'm like, this is a framework, this is a framework, this is a framework. And when one came up, I'm like, that's a framework. And I took a picture and I sent it to the messenger chat of the framework photo creators. And I think that went really well.
Oh my
So that is like some intense clarity for them, and we're going to see them being posted on social media soon.
Wow, this is really
Praise God.
exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Oh, and I also want to say that like I took notes. Where did they go? But I actually got like a lot of
Quotables.
a lot of quotables.
Good.
Top Tina.
I saw her
Like
just
yeah,
working
like
away.
77. It's like 77, but I have to still go through them.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's
amazing.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think I've had that many before.
Because what we were doing before was we're like doing 11, we were doing 14, 30, but then we're like, is there a way that we could do 60 quotables from one Livecast? And people are like, how are we going to do that? But it's amazing when you put a measurable key result, you set a goal with a metric and a deadline and saying like, look, this is what we're going to do, and it's a stretch goal, and it's amazing. It really shows that all of our actions and results is based on our beliefs. If we have a limiting belief where it's like 11 is a standard, then we're like, well, let's do 60. And I just looked, and she's got like 77 over there on her list.
Nice job.
So she exceeded that with one person.
Yeah.
And the presentation.
And Susie said she'd be taking notes at the same time too. So
That's
Wow,
cool.
we got double them.
That's great.
Wow,
Good.
that's amazing.
And today, two people came in, and they're like, I want to help make quote cards.
Wow.
So they want to design it right as you guys made the system video with Kim.
Wow. I love this. Well, the notes that I took that I thought were really interesting is that the charisma was fantastic. I mean, it's good to be very on point and very interactive with your people that you're talking to on screen, which is amazing, and just keeping a high energy. I think it's important.
Yeah.
And you always have high energy anyway, but it's important to have that, because sometimes things can get busy in here and we can stay like, did I get the checklist in our head, that we're not able to interact with the camera. This time we were well interacting, which was really good. And then, let's see. I didn't want to miss this part, but good eye contact. I think what we changed, what was it, 2 months ago or a month ago, that the staff would actually go to another location. I think that made a world of difference because now the eye contact is where it needs to be. We're seeing improvement on it. It's just really engaging with the camera. That was a good thing also, and I just want to thank the Lord because we all prayed. God did it, so God gets the glory. We
Praise
thank
the
you
Lord.
for His goodness. And then the voice was very clear from where I was sitting. It was very clear, very focused, very upbeat. It was very positive, and this was a good thing. This is wonderful. Many good points were made. I mean, really strong points this time that people are, I think Tina mentioned, or somebody, or Kathy mentioned, somebody posted, it's like, wow, I'm not sure I can stay here much longer because I have got to go apply these things. Or
yeah,
something.
that's what Angela said. It's just like I'm getting anxious sitting here with these 2 hours. I'm like, I have so much to do
Oh,
with
wow.
Put it into
sharing my
practice.
testimony experience,
Yes.
putting
Oh,
in
praise the
practice.
Lord.
So
So
that's a blessing.
We're really excited when that happens. That's really good. There was some good questions, like Tina just mentioned. A good attendance. I put down 45% of for measurable, but I'm not really sure because I didn't really have much to go on. Just compared to last time, I think we were up a third by last Livecast, I believe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways, can't really say for sure. We haven't really done
We have the
numbers.
notes.
But, so anyways, I just put that on the side because I know it was an increase. It seemed to me there was an increase, which is good. And then,
It's definitely new people.
yes. And so I have on here things that we can look for is how many members we need to figure out how many members we have and to actually come up with an actual percentage. And we can address that at our monthly meeting or our sprint meeting.
I also want to mention something that we can improve is to add that you add to your checklist for the day to read the Livecast evaluation. Because if you read that, I think it will help also, not that you're doing anything wrong now, but I just realized that would probably help for knowing what we should pay attention to also. And maybe even for all of us, especially if there's like a time in the morning that we're not, we're sitting around and we're just like, I wonder what to do, just waiting. We could be reading the evaluation so we know what to look for at this time too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I should have done that.
But I want to say that, and that's a check box that we could do. That's an actual step from here. But I want to say that this morning was the less stressful Livecast morning we've ever had.
Right.
And it was so good for me because Diana was stepping up with like managing the project, the overview system, and it's like I was trusting Diana as you're like gaining in skills and like
All being
confidence.
stretched.
Yes, and then Kamran was, and you guys were asking about the overview system and how that works, and then Kamran was like, I was like starting to like get distracted because I'm like, oh man, I know that they're missing some pieces, not because they're doing anything wrong, because we've never told them. And I was like, Kamran, it's like Kamran's been looking for opportunities. Like, how can I share on systems? How can I educate people and help them? And I'm like, Kamran, here's your time to shine. If you could help them to understand the missing piece that they don't have here, they're gonna do it all wrong. They're gonna be checking off all these boxes on the system hub, and they won't know. And then Kamran came in, and I was trusting him and his communication, and he did it. He took charge. He really helped people.
Yes.
And
Because of him doing that, I want you to know, Kamran, how much it changed me. And you can ask anybody. I have not used my project board. Now, if you go and look, I have stuff listed all over my project board, and it's not on the system hub.
Yeah, that's good.
So you did one really good one, because
Yeah.
people are going to get a lot of communication from me.
Yes, and I really believe, Kamran, that this is going to be a turning point throughout the entire month of how people communicate.
Totally.
Because, like, with Diana, we've been doing some incremental progressive education and gaining new skills, and now today was like that point of some great return, because as she is putting systems and checklists on people's project boards, people will know. They'll know what they're doing.
So if you got one for me, please give me a thumbs up or something, because I want to make sure I'm doing it right, because I sent out a bunch today.
That was fast.
We're learning. So
That's
thank
good.
you, because I did not know to do that. I have never, it was just like, okay.
We never told you.
Well, you showed me, but I never did it. He stayed right there and babysat me until I got it done. He's like,
That's
no.
good.
And so I was like, okay, I can do it now. So he didn't just tell me, he actually waited for me to actually do it. a few
Praise the
times.
Lord.
So it was like,
Praise the Lord.
yeah, and because you tried to show me this stuff earlier, but I could barely navigate to copy and paste.
Yes.
There's a lot to learn.
Kamran is a great teacher.
Yes.
Got his
It's
gift
like
there.
it's like if you eat a little bit and then you wait a little bit and then you go back to eat and then you get a lot more.
For sure, and that we did. There's a couple things I'm almost done with mine right here that I saw. There was 3 things I want to address on.
I need improvement.
Yes, on the parts of need improvement. Thank you. So that went well. We did that. Does anybody else have some other stuff they want to add to what went well before we move on?
Well, I think is really for myself being up in the other room. I just felt the pressure was off. We could, we weren't loud. We didn't interact a lot because we were paying attention and listening and taking notes. But it just was less stressful.
That's good. That's good. I'd like to hear that. And
I agree.
I agree with what you said, and another thing that would distract me sometimes when I'm watching the live cast is his hands, where he moves his hand and where he's at in contrast to moving his hands, because sometimes he moves his hands and you just see his fingers flying around down at the bottom, or his hands go out of the.
I noticed that Cameron was doing
It
things
was really
like
good.
you're saying with the camera, like sometimes he'd be right here, and then when he was using his hands a lot, I noticed that he would change the camera view or something, and you could see his hands, you could see him.
Yes.
And I noticed there was a big change. You're
Yeah, I
right.
know.
That's a good one. That's really good. Cameron's getting much better with all that, too. That's a skill.
It is a skill.
Mhm.
God's
Oh.
blessing him.
Another thing that I think went really well is like, if Brother Cameron doesn't exactly know what slide, and you mention it, you handle it really well. Like it's not like it's that obvious, and you don't get stressed out about it, which is really
Really good.
nice.
I got a little stressed about it.
You just didn't see it.
Well, we did not.
distracting, though.
Yeah, it was not.
It wasn't distracting.
I was praying that it wouldn't be distracting. And Kamran really picked up very quickly.
Yeah.
And part of the problem is Tina and I changed our system with the slides, and we never communicated Kamran, so he's just literally sitting in the dark on some of those minor things where I just failed to communicate to him. Yeah, like the animated slides. Those he didn't know how that worked, but even in the middle of the presentation, I noticed that he figured it out, and like he was doing really good. So he was a quick learner. God
Nice.
helped. It's like prayer is the best wireless communication.
Amen.
That should be a
We
quote.
heard Kathy up there. She was just
It is.
praying like crazy, and all of us were praying. But
Yeah.
man, she was like, "Lord, just help me." I was like, "Oh, thank you, Kamran. This is amazing." Okay, anybody else?
I see that one thing that could use improvement.
Oh, we're going to move improvement now?
Well,
Okay, so we'll go to number 2? Okay.
I just thought.
Let's go up there to number 2. What needs improvement? Let's move on to that.
Wait. Kamran's pretty quiet.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Kamran, what did you think went well?
See anything different?
Well, I mean, learning about like lighting and stuff from the guy Ernie,
Ernie,
that was helpful.
Good.
tell him that.
Yeah.
That was super helpful.
Lighting went well from training from who?
Ernie.
Or from Ernie?
He's a professional photographer. He just talked with me for like 2 hours yesterday, one of the busiest days, or the day before, and he just like answered all of our questions till we had like, I don't know. He just gave us all this
And
time.
people don't realize that that's a skill and it's not
Yeah.
something just anybody can do. So
Right.
that's awesome that you guys got some education in that area. Praise
And the
Lord.
video was really clear. I mean,
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
it was
you
really
got rid of the
was.
graininess.
Okay.
You found out what the problem was, the
That's
graining or
I
something.
thought
That's what Ernie
it
told
was,
us.
It wasn't.
Oh, wasn't okay. What was a good thought?
But they said it was improved.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
yeah, it was improved.
But that wasn't it.
But yeah,
Oh.
I said this issue. Well, I don't know. 'Cause when
Anyways.
you do that full screen thing, it kind of blows things up, and so
yeah, you see it like really big.
yeah.
Ernie said that if we buy a $300 lens,
Oh,
that the
lens
lens that we have is messing it up because the lighting is what makes it grainy.
Right.
We have something that's at like a 4.6, which I know you guys don't know what that is, neither do I, but it just makes everything grainy and requires a whole bunch more light. He was saying get the same lens that is at like a 1.5 or 2.0, it's 2, and that will allow way more light and it'll be more crisp and clear
So you
and
can
true
get
to
through
the
the
eye.
lens then,
Yeah, it's
or not so necessarily light because I know that you can leave the exposure open longer and you get more light in the camera. So are you saying buy a new light or just a new lens?
$300 lens would
Okay,
fix the
gotcha.
problem
Gotcha.
drastically.
Because it opens it up more.
Yeah, he said that's the one thing that you can do
Sure.
that would get the greatest bang for your buck and make the biggest difference dramatically overnight.
Totally. And we'll get rid of the
Especially
graining
on
because
what
it's
needs
open.
improvement.
So we need to,
yeah.
need improvements. So we're gonna, Kamran, did you get the one for Kamran being trained? That went well. Trained for lighting. Kamran was trained for lighting.
Oh
What was
yeah,
it?
learning about the lighting.
Okay,
was
awesome.
really
Thank you,
helpful.
sister. Okay, and so the lens for 300. Okay, and then I saw a couple things. Sorry, guys, but I did find a few things and I want to share them.
That's okay if we don't have, if we just never share what needs improvement, we're never
Yes.
gonna grow.
I would like to see us, if it's possible, to have tape. I noticed when he was talking, his face was like right here in the camera a couple times, and you can't really move the camera. So I'm thinking if we have a tape on the floor where he knows where his boundary is, where he can go,
That would be great.
so he doesn't step past and only see this part of his head like
It'd be
this.
super helpful.
So we need tape on the floor from left and right. And then we also have another situation I want to address too was, encourage Livecast audience to thumbs up so that we know they're here, or either when they encourage them when they come on, like when we send them a message.
Oh, tell them that I'm here.
Yeah, let us know you're here. Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And then also, I noticed
That'd be
during
good.
our 360, if you have a really cool point that you want to get across, it's like, if this has happened to you, I want you to thumb me right now. Everybody, give me a thumbs up and and you're engaging with them. We're doing two things at once. We're engaging with them. You're here with me. We're live, and so I want you right now. And so that's our second way we can have them do it. Because some people will come in the middle of it. So maybe when they first come in, please let us know you're here. Give us a thumbs up, and somewhere in the thing, put out there some kind of question to get them to participate with
You know,
us.
something else we might be able to do is that when people share that they're there, like 3 months in a row or something like that, give them a little something for doing that.
Oh, that would be cool too. Yeah, like,
Like
yeah,
an
something
extra
like that.
program or something.
That would be good. That's some good ideas. Those would be good thoughts. you
Maybe
know.
that extra half an hour was their 3-month bonus.
Cute.
There you go.
You cut it off at the hour or hour and a half and then say you can get the rest. Well, nobody else know.
And then also, I really want to see something to happen too that I think is really important because we are a team here. I think we all need to either invest in our T-shirts, but I think we all need to have the day of our Livecast. I think we should be part of a family by wearing our T-shirts.
That would be fun.
Would that not be? Because the team is what we've been learning about. One of the things that
I'll wear my T-shirt during the live
Wear
cast.
yours.
Oh, I can do that.
so
I only
we
have
need
one,
to
but yeah.
figure out how to get them, order them, so whoever's in charge of doing T-shirts or can motivate all of us or show us how to do this or whatever, somebody that needs to take charge and make sure that we all have T-shirts. So if somebody could do that, I don't know who we can address that at the next meeting, but that's something that we need to deal with. Because I think that camaraderie is important.
You say that so happy.
That's the only way I get out of there because I can't get out the other way. So, anyways, it's important for us as a team, and then we will eventually address with our people that are in the direction from God and that are coming around. We want to make sure that they know that they're part of it too. So we've got to figure out how to come up with a program to make sure that they get one by purchasing them or whatever we have to do to make sure that they know that they're part of this family.
And we're gonna invite them to take a picture, wear the T-shirt,
The day of it.
the day of the live cast, and take a picture of them and their family or friends are watching the live cast and post on social media and use a special hashtag so we can see it.
Yes, I think that would be great. And then tell them we're going to put it on our
Hashtag
next meeting so we can
Yeah.
so make sure you
We can
turn
post
in for
them.
next meeting so you can see yourself on our last one. So
That would be
everybody
nice.
likes to see themselves on there.
They do, and
Hard to believe,
it
but-
creates a sense of community when they
It
see
does.
other people. Like I shared Kamran's testimony
Mm-hmm.
and Christina's testimony. They're both students. By doing that, it helps people see, oh, there's other people going through this experience with me.
Yes. And it builds that team thing. I keep on thinking about 360 and hearing everybody talk about, wow, did you see all the people that are here? That was what I heard more than anything. Did you see all the people that were here, all the faces,
Yeah.
behind them? So I thought, well, this is really cool. So I don't know how we're going to do all that stuff down the road, but it's on an agenda. This is really important, I think. Sorry. Those were my things that for what needs improvement. Also, Kamran, did you find out what caused it not to? You said that is it on our checklist or is it something we need to put on the checklist for if you weren't here for them to do? The live cast it not showing up. I don't know if it was just a refresh button. I don't know what was causing the problem.
He did something different this time. He used a second stream and usually just does one.
Uh-huh.
And because he did 2, he forgot to change the update. It was his mistake, and it wouldn't really be a weekly or monthly. Wouldn't be like a revolving thing. It
Wouldn't
just
be revolving.
it's
Okay.
one time.
It's just one of those things that happens.
Yeah.
That happens. And that's just life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys want me to come and tell you, or would you have rather me not?
Yeah, let's address that. How should it have, do we message? That's hard. That's what I'm saying. The third person down here really needs to be here. They really do, I think. Because Kamran, he is really focusing on being able to change the pages and the whatever, all that stuff. It's easier for a person that gets messages from outside
That sounds
to
good.
be able to let Kamran know because he can't really babysit a phone and take care of videos and.
I think that'd be a lot
And I
better
could,
than
like,
walking
someone
Right.
could sit, like, over there in that corner.
That'd be
Or just
So
sit
that they're
next
not,
to
like,
him.
here.
right.
Yeah,
No,
if you sit next to him, and you guys like do a side conversation, I'm looking over here. It's not that bad. But
Right.
if someone's sitting here and
Right.
stands up and moves, or
Yes.
comes from down there and moves, then I'm like all like confused.
So let's put that on there, Tina. Somebody needs to be down here.
That's
to
a great
take
suggestion.
messages from the staff, what they're seeing, or from wherever, from messages.
And I didn't know what would be the purpose of that third person down here, but it's good that we
But
did
now we
it
know,
and we
huh?
got experience. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad
need
it turned
the
out the way.
experience
Huh?
real fast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
praise the Lord. Let's fall forward.
Okay. So that's good. So that one's taken care of.
One
So-
thing I want to suggest
Sure.
to improve is we still need to focus and restate our mission to get total involvement in the live cast so that every member, every new recruit, every person has something to do with participating with making this happen.
What we can do, I really believe, is when we're reaching out to them, ask them to attend the live cast and to share what they have learned from either a prior month or whatever teaching has really changed their life from the trainings. Because and say we're trying to get a post from every person, that should be part of the curriculum when they're signing up. Is for them when they do the live cast that they get a chance to post that, and when they have accomplished all 12 of them for the month, then they get maybe
some incentive.
Yes, a different
Like a
color
lead
T-shirt
magnet.
or something. It's just something
Yeah.
nice that's from us because we appreciate them. They're
Yeah.
actually growing the ministry too. So
Yeah.
if it's a certain color, we talked about having colors for this level, and this level. That is a good thing to get them, and they will be more committed. But more than that, we just really want them here. So does anybody else have another suggestion? Yeah, Deborah.
I'm thinking that if we do certain levels, we shouldn't put it with colors. We should put like maybe some emblem on it or something.
Well, what I mean by colors is like you have black T-shirts, red T-shirts. And
Yeah, I know, but we
Oh,
have
does it?
we
It
have
costs
a
more?
shop where people could buy,
Oh.
and so that what really would that be doing?
Well, we
if
were talking
had-
about when you're a staff, for us to have our own color, one color for the staff. So we're all, we know
Oh,
that
okay,
leadership
I
is a
thought you
certain
meant-
color.
Oh, okay.
So when we go and do events, those colored T-shirts will already, we won't have like 3 different color shirts will be coming out and we'll all be wearing, staff will have their own color.
That's a good idea.
So,
Hi. You can all pick red. I have a red one.
there you go. Ah.
Another thing too is when you put like staff or something on the back of the shirt.
Yes.
I have some different ideas with T-shirts too, but or I mean additional ideas, not necessarily different. But what I wanted to clarify was when I was talking about total involvement, it wasn't necessarily total attendance.
Oh, it wasn't.
I mean involving in the creation of the live cast, the pre-live cast work and the post-live cast work, the repurposing of the live cast. Because I know that that's our goal, but like everybody with an eye are inactive in doing something, and so we just want to plug. And then some people who are active are not necessarily active on things that directly relate to the live cast.
So these are the people that you want to be involved in the live cast some way?
Yeah.
With the eyes?
Well, everybody on the board, I want them to be
everybody.
involved somehow.
These are the ones who are not involved.
Yeah, they're not. They're not involved, or they're idle, or they're inactive,
Okay, okay.
and they're needing. They've raised their hand. They filled out the form. Many of them have gone through the getting started checklist, and they're waiting for their next step to actually use their talents.
Yeah, I told Desire after the live cast I would because now we have all these and that it's like she wants to learn how to do that. So I told Desire that we'll be like working with her.
So just record it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if, I don't know if we can do this or not, I don't even know if it's something we should do or not, but wouldn't that be nice, like if the live cast that we announce our new members so that they've been onboarded, they haven't got their work yet, but they're getting recognition already by just saying, hey, we're glad that Daisy's been here with us and Zelda, and we have all these new people that came on last month and we're excited because they're going to be watching for them because they're going to be getting plugged in with the ministry with serving. So at least they're being and recognized, they're not being not noticed, they're moving into that position. So
And what, like towards the beginning or something?
yes.
Yeah, we could do something like that, like the intro, the
Yeah.
inner circle part. What I like about that is if we mention hey Kalima, I'm so glad you joined, and Naomi and Angela, then we can go to Kalima, Naomi, and Angela and be like, hey, we talked about you during the live cast for everybody.
Yes,
And then they're like,
that's-
what? You talked about me? How do I access? What was said? Like, I remember I did that with Christina the other day. Like, I'm going to
Makes some
follow up
sense.
with Christina and be like, Christina, we talked about you during the live cast
People
again.
always find them like,
And then well, that's fine. It's just it's suspense and curiosity, which drives them to take action. And one time, it was 2 months ago, Christina was busy. She's trying to find the time, and she loves the trainings, but she's like, I wasn't able to finish it. And I was like, oh, you missed it. Well, I was talking about you in the part that you missed. She's like, what? And she's like, I'm going to find out what was said. And she's like, I didn't know that you were going to talk to me, or you used my testimony or video or something. But it was interesting how the priorities shifted immediately.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
it
So,
does.
so if we
If you
could,
want to know,
Their name is the sweetest word in,
Yeah.
in the language. In
and
the
they are
language.
part of this family. We want them to
Yeah.
know that they're part of it,
That's
not
right.
just through you know, like you're out there floating in the wind somewhere. It's like, no, you matter to us.
It's a
And so,
community.
yeah.
I
we're
would
a
have loved
community.
to recognize Angela's as her first time there in
Yeah.
Colima.
and
and-
she really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she did. That stuff really drives family atmosphere.
Well, and
a lot.
how we can address it the next time is say this quarter we have, and so we don't have to say this last or this month
This
or whatever,
last month,
because that or not last month. You could just say, oh, in this quarter we have new people, and remember we talked about saying
We can have a
where-
slide with their names on it.
Oh,
that would help
and
me a
what
lot.
what country they're from.
Oh yeah, what
We
country?
talked about
That'd
the
be good.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
And
so
so during the
impressive.
What's it called?
During the Livecast.
The inner circle.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
Inner circle. That was it.
Inner circle.
Yeah.
It's IN and
So that's
Yeah.
exciting, and so where
That is
they're
good.
from, what part of the world, not necessarily town, but the
Yeah.
country.
We don't have to give Leah's address, even though we have it.
Okay. Okay. So I think we've had some. Does anybody else have anything else that they feel like that needs to be improved that they saw when they were working on something that needs to be improved?
We have 15 more minutes.
Okay.
I should have written some things down because I did have some things that
Yeah, you should have
I
written
can't
them
think of
down.
them right now. Oh, like the time. We definitely need to work on improving the time.
Oh, like
Getting
time
things done in time.
in time. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, during the month.
It's very interesting because you guys, when you check your board, because I have been sending them out to people, you only have 2 weeks. You don't have a whole month no more. You
That's right.
only have 2 weeks. So enjoy. So is that
finish
the
the
timing
slides?
that you're talking about?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, but I know but it shouldn't be too bad because you're gonna be working as a team and we're getting systems and we're getting
Yeah.
people involved. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, this is time for us to take people on board, take them under wing, and
Automate. And
automate,
record these
Yes.
interviews.
and then delegate.
That's right.
Dun dun dun.
The first 2 weeks instead of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Both and both, yeah.
That's right.
The last 2 weeks, and we're gonna be starting the new one, yeah. So you're gonna have both together. Ooh.
So the only way to succeed is
Okay.
by empowering the leaders around us and giving them the tools and focusing on who, not how do I do this, but who can do
Who.
this. Who do I empower? Who do I equip? Who do I give the tools to do what they need to? And that's what our engrossing focus needs to be, is not the right strategy, but the right people and empowering them in the
I
right
think
positions.
it's changing, especially with our systems, because now we can do that, and then we can also work as teams now, because now we're having teams, which is really good. But like you said, that's going to be the key, is the automation, right, and the delegation. Those are things that you've been teaching us.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And from the leadership table, last Monday we got a whole new way of looking at a delegation.
Oh,
It's
Yeah, that was a
giving,
blessing.
it's giving others opportunity.
yes,
to
it's
make
giving
decisions.
other people opportunity. Yes.
No
We
longer
wanna
is
make sure-
delegation a scary word, like who do I
No.
delegate to? Now it's like, wait, this is a service word.
And we have so many people that would like the opportunity to
Yeah,
serve. We have
that's
Daisy,
right.
Zelda,
Yeah.
Marcella,
David,
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 and
Kalima.
Kalima, Naomi, Angela,
Yeah,
Desire, Kelly, and Jason.
Naomi, she asked me, like I told her that we had live cast today. She's like, where can I see it?
Did you tell her?
Well, I didn't really have time to like because
She
I don't
was
think
at
she
work,
signed up for anything.
But
like
she's
that.
going to want to re-see it. I think that's
Okay.
what she
Good.
meant.
No,
because-
she wasn't at work now. She was at work yesterday during the small group.
Oh.
But
She told me,
I told her I would help her out after live cast. I didn't want to do it during.
You just send her directionfromgod.com, tell her to log in.
Just log in.
Yeah.
Like she already has it.
Yeah, everybody who signs up, they have the checklist. They go through the checklist, they create the account. That's why we have the getting started checklist. They
Was
all have an account. If
Uh,
they've gone through the checklist, send them the link. Be like, log in, top right corner, student login. You have access to it.
Kathy,
Go to
is
Livecast.
it possible we could get you to send that to the leaders that we do have, so the leaders can encourage all the new people that are coming on? Double time, double people.
It's radical
The more
duplication.
they hear it from different directions, the better off it's going to be. Something to think about.
somebody's writing that down. Okay, because
I'm
I
sorry.
thought you were talking about Naomi, because I invited Naomi, and she says, I wish I could,
We
but
wanna make sure
I'm
that
at
the
work
link-
then.
Goes to all the leaders, this link, so they can give it to all the new people that are going to be on their team. So they can always, because these team leaders are actually going to really start taking it on their people. They're going to actually be having better interactions with them. They're going to actually be a team, not just a person that's just giving
So what kind
information.
of link? Like where
The link for the Direction from God for the Livecast.
Yeah, when we send out, or Kathy,
Yeah.
when we send out the notification, the reminder,
Mm-hmm.
we should send the direction from God.com, probably the members area, to let them know to log in. Give them instructions, not just what time it is,
Right,
not just where it is, but how to access it.
right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Because that's what I've noticed a lot of times people, like Angela was asking, well, I know what is happening and when, but I don't know where it's at. Is it Discord? Is it Zoom? Is it...
That is a problem.
And then the biggest problem I saw that we had today, not the biggest, but like as far as attendance, is people are asking, like, how do I access? Not only like where, but like how do I get there? So if we put that all in the one notification...
Same notification, yes.
Yeah. And that reminds me, what went really well today is, I was actually shocked by you, Kathy, empowering these leaders to go reach out to their teams. I saw like Shatal and Rebecca and Leah and these people, they're and Susie, they're sending out these reminders to people. And what's amazing about that is they're taking ownership of the attendance.
Yes.
And that encourages them to lead by example. And they prioritize showing up. And they're like, it's really powerful, just that empowering. It's like the small group team type concept.
It's going to change everything.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's going to change everything.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, one thing that I want to talk to Leah about is like sending them privately. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I've never
privately
seen
would-
her.
Privately would be a lot better.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never seen her because I guess she doesn't remind me because I'm supposed to remind her.
Yeah, the natural inclination is always like to send them on groups. And
Yeah.
that's something that Kathy could communicate to them too. I think we talked about that before, is when you encourage them to send it to their team, I
Encourage
would-
them to send it individually to their team
yeah,
members.
specifically say not on the groups, but individually. Because those private...
Individually to their group.
Right.
No, not to their group.
Not to the-
individually to the people, the
Yes.
person.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In their group, though, right? In other words, don't do it as a group chat, but do it as an individual for those same people that are in your group chat.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
So in the group chat, make sure they send it individually, private message.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that one.
That'd be a good
That's going to
improvement.
really change things big time.
I agree.
And
I'm sorry, another thing that would do is that would spark a conversation where their team member would be like, how do I join? If they see a notification, especially if they see the same notification in so many different groups, then people are like, it's like, yeah, they have a question, they don't ask. But if it's one-on-one, they're like, well, how do I join?
Yeah.
Then Leah takes ownership of showing the next person how to join.
Makes sense.
I have a question to you, and I hate to bring it up right this second. I would like to do it afterwards, but if somebody can remind me, I want to know about logging on. I don't want somebody to show me how to log on. Is there anything wrong with the system that would keep somebody from being able to log on? Like, is there like a default that maybe might not be toggling, or is it actually I'm not logging on correctly? So I want to know
Because
about
you
that.
can't log in, that's why.
Yeah.
Because it said that you don't have an account.
It's not true. She was one of the first people to create an account. She was like
I
the
know,
fifth
but
person.
it might be the wrong email I should use.
Yeah, it could
So,
be. Well,
yeah.
we could look in our files and see which one you signed up with.
Okay. I tried my book, but anyway, let's do that. But in the, I'm going to jump down if you guys don't mind. One thing I need to know right now, too, real quick, on Livecast evaluation. Enoch, was there things that were missing that needed to be done? Because this is something that you would see it, and if somebody else knows of something. Was there something that was really, like for the Livecast, that was not completed that we really need to address to make it a little bit easier for the next one?
The biggest thing that I saw was not involving these people
Okay.
and helping some of the parts, and so we still need to work on that.
Okay.
And a lot of things that weren't done, Kamran did. He took the liberty and initiative and just got these things done,
Okay.
and that was really helpful.
Kamran, is there things that we need to delegate that will work better so you're not stuck with them all at the last?
He doesn't want to do the emails.
Emails? Okay, let's find somebody for emails.
Yeah, we definitely. That's a priority. Really, there's a lot of stuff.
Does
we can
somebody
do for
check the
emails.
emails?
What do you mean by check the emails?
When an email comes in, do they check it?
Oh,
Good question.
Kathy is the only one who has that, but she doesn't check them. And it's not necessarily just doing it wrong, it's just
Okay, let's
She's
put
the
that
only
on.
one who has access to
Let's check our emails. Okay, let's find somebody to check them.
Yeah, maybe we
Kathy
can
and
delegate it to one of those
Yes.
new people.
We have.
That seems like an easy.
I mean, I don't
get
get
them
my emails.
The way that emails are usually checked in like industries like ours is they have what's called a help desk, and it's this program that they send support tickets where they send all these things, and you log into this help desk. You can all create an account rather than sharing an email. You create an account, and the emails that come in, you just send them out to the people. And the help desk is like a program. There's a lot of them that you pay for, but there's some that are open source that are free, and they're a little like not as intuitive, but they work. And so it's kind of like to me, it's kind of a project
It's
to
a project. Perfect.
make that something that people can log
Let's
into.
put that on there, Tina. We want to find somebody to head up that department of the help desk for emails. Does that sound good? Is that what you're saying?
In theory, that sounds great.
Find
theory?
someone listening to reminders.
But what I think that really means is, in order for the person to do that, you're gonna have to ask me a whole bunch of questions.
That's what I was thinking. They have to know what's
Nick.
going on.
Maybe. Maybe.
Contact.
There might be other people that are out there that are technical that we could put them on the task and they can find
Kathy has a
answers.
lot of answers on the emails, whether she realizes it or not. Mom has a lot of
Answers, okay.
insight, but sometimes she might replace the words or say the opposite things. Kamran has some technical regard, but not so much in the emails area as far as answering emails.
Well, we might find a technical person that we can plug them into that area. That's what I'm saying.
You know, there's
Especially
one-
someone who's worked in a field like that, who's actually worked with a help desk, can do that. And Life Church calls theirs the prayer team. It's really fascinating. They call it a prayer team, and all the people, the prayer requests come in this help desk, and they just pray for people in email. It's like really fascinating. It's a team you can volunteer for and just.
Wow. See, that would be something then let's make that part of our discussion for our monthly goal, because I think that's needed.
Do we really get a lot of emails though?
I don't know.
I don't think we get very many emails.
Who checks is it? Who knows? Nobody
You know,
checks
I
it.
like
see
you
them from
did
time
up-
to time.
You check it?
I'm supposed to.
Okay.
Desiree.
So let's.
Desire. Desire.
But we need to take
She likes
charge
copywriting.
of this department, so we can't just say, well, it'll go away, because it ain't. So we need to address it in one of the meetings. We need to put people on task for it.
Right now,
And-
it's kind of like a smoldering smoke or spark. Can we wait till it's like on fire a little bit more?
No, no. What we need to
Nip
do
it
is
in the
just,
bud.
if we address it,
Practice it
we
now.
can start working towards it. Not that you have to get the
Yeah,
system
it's
together.
true.
We're not going to talk about, we're not going to actually put the system together. What we're going to do is find out how we need to get the system together.
Or who could look
Or
into
who
it?
can.
Like
Right.
the first stage of delegation is
Yes.
investigation. Just find someone to investigate
Yes. There you
solutions and possibilities.
There you go. So but we need to address it. That's the whole issue. So we got that on there, Tina? To address the emails by finding somebody that can work in that area and to do our investigation. There you go. Might even be Deborah that does investigation. Who knows? She's good at resources.
And someone who's good
Right.
with email marketing, that would be great.
Yeah.
Someone who can send out emails, because there's actually a lot of stuff that we can do with emails, but we need someone to go through it. And we got a course that could
Okay.
walk them through what we can do for emails. Our email list is one of the most valuable assets that we have as a ministry.
It is.
And
So we do need to address this.
well, they're
Okay.
somewhat different. One
They
is
are.
responding and customer support. The other one is actually like marketing and gathering leads.
But people want to be able to know that they can get in contact with something that's not a computer. So it is important. Okay.
It is
So,
important.
especially for people like me that don't use them, and when I do it, I really want to use it. It's like, if it's not there, I'm mad. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Not.
There's a little bit of truth to every joke.
Yeah. So I have to be honest, say not. Okay, so let's see. Thank you, Tina. You've done a great job, sweetie. Okay, and measure key results. Volunteer attendance. I think it was better than last month. So I think we did like. How do we want to measure that one? Do you want to measure it by 50% better? I think it's 50% better than it was last month. That's my opinion. Next month's goal, we want to have, I think we should make it our goal, is to have all of our new onboarders at the Livecast.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Why not? Okay.
Oh, another thing that
500.
needs improvement is Kathy's feeling overwhelmed with onboarding people.
Oh, on
She
board?
does it really, she's really good at it, and she understands it well. She's just feeling a little stressed
Okay,
about
but
it.
then we need to not remove that. We need to delegate. So we need to have a helper for Kathy.
Well, Mom's been helping her too, and
Yeah.
every time they do
If
it
it wasn't
together.
for Douglas' help.
Well,
I'd
good.
failed
Well,
out.
then, do we need more people, or are we good, or what? Are we saying that we're good because we have 2 people? Oh, no, we wanted more people, right? Okay, we need to build a team. Build a team for onboarding. That's one thing we need to do. Okay.
Is that calendar working?
There,
Is that where the problem is? You're not signing up?
I don't, these are the volunteers.
I know.
I don't know, I don't think they're signing up, but I'm
But
not,
is that what's causing the problem is because they're not signing up? So you don't know who to go after, who to share, who to teach? Because there's not a communication about it?
I think that's something the onboarding team needs to address. Okay, you guys need to
Who's
brainstorm.
the onboarding
The onboarding team is
You and
Leah
Kathy right now?
and Kathy. Oh, isn't Leah part of
No, onboarding is just
onboarding
what
for the
you,
ministry direction from God.
yeah, for the direction
Okay.
of God.
Okay. Okay, so we need to work on that. So let's put that down as we need the staff to actually have a meeting that they need to brainstorm what needs to be done in their department. So we can have a meeting, I can be it and you can, so we can come up with something.
Yeah,
that
that'd be
needs to take
good.
place. Okay, student attendance. Student attendance, we said, for next month, our goal for next month, we want 100%.
Kind of hard to measure.
Yeah. So we just
But
said
you
what
did give a
goal.
good suggestion. If I asked them to leave a comment, let us know that they're there.
Mhm.
It'd really help. Although I know still the majority of people probably won't leave a comment unless you give them a really good reason.
But you can also tell them to give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, but the thumbs up doesn't actually tell us who's there.
It doesn't?
No, it
Well,
doesn't
like,
attach their name.
If they just like,
It's just a number.
or say like hi.
Yeah, we could
Say
tell someone to say
hi.
hi, but
Yeah, just tell them,
Say-
yeah.
What if
people
we
like
just
to
tell
know,
them we're
like,
trying to
what's your
find
name,
out-
where you're from.
What if we just tell them we're trying to find out who all's on here?
Or ask them what
And this
country's
is
in
tough.
with us today. What country are you with? What country? People love to brag about what country they're from.
And also, this
Yeah.
is like to grow,
Yes.
like how to help them better. It's not necessarily just for us,
Right.
but it's to help.
What
help
is
them
their
better.
comment?
Their comment.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
if we know
they're
who joined,
engaging.
and then we can like follow up with them after because we know they've joined.
So you're saying that to communicate to them, like, when you let us know who's here,
Mhm.
you help us to know how we can serve you better.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate to say this,
Okay.
but what we need to do is have a meeting on that because there's many different areas we can come through it, and I think it's gonna.
You okay?
I guess, yeah, I am, okay.
Good.
Good
So
catch.
we do need to have a kind of a meeting on
Just
our
trying to
students,
take
which
notes.
could be also on the onboarding. We should do it at the same day as the onboarding. We need to have a meeting. How's that? That'll cover it
Did you
all.
write that down, Tina?
Where are we gonna have a meeting on those?
We're gonna have a meeting, and we can do it with together with the student attendance, also with which is also the onboarding for the direction from God. We need to have that meeting so we can address comments for the livecast. How to
What meeting is that though?
we haven't scheduled it yet. We're gonna schedule it because we don't have one yet, but we're gonna schedule it.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant like the sprint meeting or something.
That would be hard to do it that one. No, it'd be separate. Okay, live attendees, student attendees. What's the difference with the live ones? Somebody tell me the difference with the live ones separate from the student ones.
Well, the live ones just means like if they're
That's like a total.
yeah joined.
That's all?
It would seem to me that the difference would be people who pay and people who work for us, maybe.
Oh, okay. What's the difference between the two? Okay, that would make sense.
No,
Live
No, it's not.
/ versus.
I don't know what's going on with the live. I think the live is just the people who. I think it's a total of how many or who showed up. I don't.
There's people here physically. Right?
Oh, yeah. That's people here. That's
Yeah.
us. So like the 6 of us.
Okay,
Thank
6.
you, Kamran.
Thank you.
So everyone.
Well, I don't know if it was 6, but it's
No, it's
7.
7.
It was,
Isn't there 6 without Diana?
But
Okay,
but
7.
also Theodora was here.
Because we would invite like Candace or Jana or
Okay.
church members or something if they wanted to participate.
And then paying students?
Yeah, that's like
That's-
out of these 8 people who showed up.
And that's what I'm trying to follow up with, and that's my job the rest of today and tomorrow, is
Okay.
to follow up and see who was and who wasn't, by asking them what their takeaway was, what they liked best.
Okay.
Maybe instead of live attendance, we call it local attendance. Would that be more clear?
Yeah, a lot more clear.
Just, I mean, that had 5 people stumped.
Thanks, Cameron.
Okay, paying students. And so when can Kathy re-put that in there? I mean, when do we put that in there, paying students?
Kathy don't do that.
No, but isn't that our paying students right there?
I'm going to find
But
out
that's how many students, okay.
how many of the paying
I know,
students
but you don't
attended.
put that in the document.
She's just asking you when do you submit that? When do you report? When do we
Oh,
get that
I
on
thought-
this
Oh, you-
page?
I thought she meant put it in.
Usually on Sunday when we do what worked well this week,
Mm-hmm.
and the Sunday following the live cast is when we say, and then I've
Okay.
told how many live paying students and stuff we have.
Okay,
It's usually the Sunday following the live cast.
okay. Live class, the live cast length was how long?
2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Is that what we're shooting for, is 2 hours from now, or is it an hour and a half?
It's an hour and a half. I went longer.
Okay, that's because it was really good.
It was their bonus.
They're all really good.
Those are bonus, you got a bonus, they
It
got a
was-
30-minute bonus. Good
It was
thing you
hard
showed
to, yeah. But next month I'll try to be an hour and a half.
up. Okay.
Do you know when you do your practice that you're over?
I knew at the beginning of the month that what I wanted to share would not fit in the time
So
allotted.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I kinda made that decision a month ago.
9 students.
Because during the livecast rehearsal, I spoke for an hour, like during the first rehearsal, and I only got through 2 teaching points.
I remember.
So when
That's
I
right.
shared that, I was like, I really don't want to cut some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's going to be longer. It's going to be longer.
That happens. Okay, we are 5 minutes past time. Let's go ahead and close this out. Is there anything else that we really need to address? Livecast evaluation, I think it went great.
I think the evaluation went really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's pray, close in prayer. Tina?
Sure. Father in heaven, we give you thanks for always taking us through. When we submit our ways into your ways, every test is a triumph. And Father, we thank you for these opportunities to learn, to grow, and to share. Help us now to take this, what we have learned, oh Father, and the things that we need to improve, and to help us to do those things during our life. Lead us, guide us, and direct us, oh Father, close to thee. We thank you for this privilege that we all have of working together in ministry. It is such a blessing, oh Father, and we thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for praying for Cousin Andy, because Cousin Andy wound up staying. The doors got closed. They canceled his bus trip the same day he was confused, and he took that as a sign. And yesterday he announced, oh, by the way, I have to be at work this morning at 6 something
Praise the
this morning.
Lord.
So now
He got work.
he's at work.
Wow.
So that all happened in
What
Well,
is
2
he
days,
doing
3
for
days.
work?